What is going on, everyone? This is a little extended video compared to the little 30-second teaser. I always like to throw one of those out there. Um, so this is, if you haven't seen my other Campaign Evolved statue of the Chief, that is exactly like the cover on the game. This is the another pose. There is actually a third pose, but it's I don't know. If somebody wanted it, I would make it. But it's just this one and the other one are more iconic to the game, I suppose, because they are, this is from one of the first videos that was put out, and then the other one is the cover of the game. So there's that. But the other one is just a random with his gun up, pointing, which is not really. It's just, I don't know. It's just not, I'm not making it unless someone asks for it. So, but these ones I did make, and so I already started working on this one. I just wanted to show what it looks like so far. And so what's been done is it was printed, sanded, primed, and then airbrushed green. And then as a matter of fact, just now, today I did all the black. Now this is only, the color that you're looking at, the black, is not the only black that goes on this piece. It's got a few different ones. One of them is darker than the other one. It's more like a super dark gray. I use it on all the bodysuits. I'm not a big black bodysuit person. I think it just doesn't look right. This gray color that I use, it's very dark, and it almost looks like if you were to take a black and then dry brush it, so you don't even have to do it, and it has texture and depth to it, just normal. And then, yes, there will be, here's a little thing I do. I don't know if anybody else does this, but if you look at this, let me try to zoom in. Not that part, where the legs. You see how the paint doesn't look smooth and perfect? And you'll find that all over it. That becomes, you see it, I don't know if you can tell, but that is like a basis for, you don't even have to do anything. Now, it just normally happens. It's the way I paint. Some people use an airbrush. Like, I could have just used an airbrush. But if I use an airbrush, I feel like two things. First of all, people use an airbrush to keep the paint smooth. But this paint, and not all of them are like this, but sometimes there are paints that when you put them on, they lay down flat when you're not even trying. Like, you can put this paint on, and I did with a shitty-ass brush, and it just lays flat, okay? Where some of them, you put it on and you can forget it. It's going to have lines in it, especially if it's not an airbrush paint, which this already is. So it's a little thinner, but then there are some of them that don't lay flat. You just got to, learn or test them, whatever you want to call it. Now, unfortunately, this Master Chief's left bottom leg is broken. I quit painting it. I noticed it was cracked. I must have dropped it and didn't notice. You can see right there the crack going through his foot. So I do have to reprint that piece, which is not a big deal. I don't care. I do care, but I don't, But I will have that printing tomorrow. I'm going to throw it on the printer, and then I will, because I have something I have to start sanding and priming tomorrow, so I'll just do that with it. Matter of fact, it's actually what I'm printing right now is the Master Chief version that you saw before, where he's holding the gun, which that statue is actually sold, if you saw that video. But I'm making another one right now, but it's a smaller version, and I don't sell it that small, but it's being used in a project, and it has to be a certain height to fit inside something, and I can't. I don't sell it like that, and I'm probably not going to. It's like 12 and a half inches tall. I just don't make them. But I'm doing it for this project, and when that video comes out, I'll share it. However, again, I actually do have that same Master Chief that I just sold. If you saw the video of the Campaign Evolved Chief, it's just sitting over there. It's not even sanded yet. So I will be doing that, and I'm going to make that into the version that sells for a little bit cheaper. That one that you've all seen many times around is not. It's more like a collector's version. It's got way more work put into it. So I'm going to make one, and I'd say this confidently, it's still going to be badass. It's just going to have less hours into it. because I want to make, I want it to be affordable for everyone. That's why I make it like that. Some people are more serious about their collection, and then some people will take advantage of the payments I offer. But at the end of the day, my goal is to try to get everybody to be able to get one of these. Now this statue again is 1/5 scale, and it's a little funny story is I was looking for the helmet, I couldn't find it, and I only have one of these helmets for this particular model. I have like 8 for the other one. You see that white one over there? I thought it was it. I'm like, where the heck? I could not find the helmet, and it was just sitting over there painted. The gold was painted, and I didn't even realize when I sprayed that paint that's on his mask is from a gold marker pen, like a paint marker, and I dumped it out into my airbrush, and I wanted to see how it looked, and I actually really like it. To be honest, it is pretty nice, but it does have a couple little dots on it. I'm probably just gonna clear. I might, I don't want to sand it because I don't have paint to fix it. So we'll have to see. It's likely gonna get resprayed a different gold due to the the fact that it did get a little black paint on it, and it's just better off. I like it to be as perfect as possible, and so I will do that. But right now he's just in the beginning phase. So if you see, and this is why I'm showing him now, is while I always show stuff as I'm working on it, but now you see how he looks when he's starting, and then you've seen what the Chief looks like when he's finished, and he does go through a process to where, I'm gonna stop him when he comes around, where I have to go in and do other blacks. I have to go in and do the metal colors, the little blue lights, all that kind of stuff. It gets done in a at the right time. I try not to just try to slap everything in, at once. And that's why, I don't even glue them together until he's done. But, you can see it's still not bad. It does need, clearly there's going to be touch up. That's just the name of the game. I don't know how it got silver paint on it in a couple places. And you can see where it was sanded just now, and then it needs to be sanded in here. You're going to find little bumps. There's this, if you do any 3D printing, you'll know this thing has a lot of different surfaces facing a lot of different ways, and you get a lot of places you have to squeeze in and sand. Sometimes you got to stick a knife in there and just cut the bumps off. It's very, very tedious work for this model specifically. This Chief is just very complex, and so yeah, I have to go back and then you can see the mask I'm talking about. Something's not right with the surface. I'm gonna try to get in there with some high grit sandpaper and fix it. I want it to be right. Now there's a lot of places that do not need touch up, but then and there is, like, now for example, of the different colors of black, like this area, and here's a darker black. The helmet up here is a more darker black. I'm gonna do, it's like a shinier black. This, like right here, is like a, if you look in when any of the references I've seen, it's like a dark metal. The piece where it's green right there, but I painted kind of a silver color. I just think it's sometimes I take a little liberty. So at the end of the day, when I weather it, it gets like a dark silver. So it's pretty close. Like these are a metal, like the rings around the end of his arms. This is silverish. There's just like a lot of little things. Like this is metal right here that goes down. That'll be done later. That's why it's still green. I just, I'm not gonna just paint it black because I'm in there. I try to avoid it. And then, I'll probably have to go back in there a few times. But still, you know what? I'm happy. I wanted to get it started and done. I just did the other one first, and I've been busy with customers' work, and I really wanted to get this one out so I can, when I do these for the first time, I do the videos, and then when it's done, I'll take photos. Because I can't put it on my website without photos, so that's what I'll be doing. Now this model is gonna need some sanding in some places. I can see where now I will say I do leave that kind of stuff so that the armor is not perfectly brand new. Like as you see, it's nice and smooth here, but then it's got like a little, I don't know what you want to call it. They're not, it's like little mist shapes in here, and I don't mind them. I sell them like that because his armor, if you look in the game, it has chips out of it in some of them. And that's basically, there is, in my opinion, creative freedom a little bit with these. Where if you want one that's brand new, perfect, you're shopping in the wrong place. I try to make them as realistic as possible, and that is something that probably would happen in real life, where his armor would get ruined right here. Maybe got hit with a vehicle right there, and it's not perfect anymore. That's you got to use your imagination some, because if I didn't, this thing would just look like it came from Walmart, and that is not the goal. That's just not my style. If you look at my work, it's always extreme or I don't know. You can figure it out, I'm sure, when you look at my stuff. So, but anyway, just look at him again real quick, and he will be for sale. I don't know when he's going to be done. At this point, I'm not sure. I do have another sword that's a little lighter blue. It's kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I just have this one in his arm now. I was trying to imitate the one in the screenshot or in the video, but that's impossible. That's another thing. You just have to use your imagination and pretend this one is as close as it gets. It's still pretty cool. It's actually pretty damn big. I believe it is. He's still 1/5 scale, but I believe that sword is bigger than the 1/5 scale sword when you take it like from the other Halo games. I think it is. It sure looks like it. I've never really measured it, but just visually, it just looks super big, and it's in scale to the. If you look at them in the game, I think in the game they're a little bigger than they used to be, but I don't really know for sure. But yeah, you can see how he's looking. Get a good view. Watch out for that sword. And yeah, he's gonna be badass when he's done. I can't wait. I may keep it. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna sell it. So, all right, everyone. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and peace. I think it's nice. It's even cool before it's done.